Okay, so the top 10 rarest cars in Dragon Empire. Now, a lot of these I sadly don't have because they are really rare. I do have a few of them. So we're going to go from the least rarest in the top 10 to the most rarest. One that doesn't have them, like that many people owning it, basically. So the first one I actually do own, and it is the Tempix Rift 4.7T. Basically the Ford Mustang GT 2018 one. Whatever. Honestly, there's not really too much on this. Now, I don't actually know when this got off sale, but this is one of many, like, Wayfort models that are still in game. So, it is actually kind of cool that we've still got this, but we have no idea when this actually went off sale. It was never listed when it actually went off sale, but it was one of the cheapest Fords in game. Anyway, yeah, it's not, like, crazy rare, but it is, like, decently rare on this list. The next one is the Rainix Taran, which is obviously Mazda MX-5, Miata, whatever. Honestly, I don't mind this car at all. It's a nice car, and I mean, it's just a little car to drive around, to be honest. This will probably get removed eventually, but I mean, still nice to have. Also, apparently it was the first Mazda in game, so it's one of the first Mazdas in game, and it's still one of the most, like, long-lasting ones in game, which is really cool. Now, I don't know when this thing went off sale, but number 9, it's up there, I guess, whatever. But number 8 is one I don't have, sadly, but it is the Ziblingalo B22, which, if you don't know what that is, it is the Mercedes AMG 1. Now, don't get confused with the one that was in the car pack. This one is the Christmas edition. One in the car pack's not, I don't think it's probably in like top 20 maybe. This was the Christmas car, and you could buy it with, I can't remember how much, I think it was like 8,000 presents. Okay, 7,400 presents is how much you bought this for. And I mean, yeah, it was a Christmas car from 2021, so it is pretty old. I'm pretty sure it's one of the last like Christmas event cars still in game. So it is pretty cool, I guess, because all the others have either been removed or, you know, licensed or whatever. So I'd say it's pretty cool that it's still in game. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to number 7. But it is the 2014 Kronos 5.4 LM, which is the Ford GT Le Mans GTE Pro car, whatever. It's the Ford racing car. Now this thing is actually still pretty, like, rare. I don't know why it's not higher up on the list, but this car went off sale back in Wayfort beta, not just like Wayfort, and basically not many people know about this, but apparently some other cars are rarer. So anyway, we don't actually know how many cars all of these like are out there. So yeah, I don't own this car, but went off sale in Wayfort beta, so it's one of the OG cars. If you have this, then well done to you. Number 6, you're seeing a trend here. Another car I don't own, which is the Neptune Strike. Basically, this is the Shelby Cobra. This thing was actually meant to come back to the game, and then it just didn't happen. They didn't actually re-release it, which was kind of weird to be like to me. But there's no other information about this car. It went off sale, I'm pretty sure, like, early Dragon Empire, I think so anyway. But, yeah, there's no other information about this. It's rare, I guess. Number 5, we have the Ziblingalo Ling 70, which I actually do own, and it is the Mercedes SLR McLaren. Now, to be honest with you, I have no idea how this thing isn't, like, taken out the game, because it's an SLR McLaren. But, I mean, I guess McLaren didn't really care all too much. But when Mercedes licensing does come, I don't know if this thing will be able to be licensed at all. There's no other information about this car either. It's just number 5. Honestly, not the worst car, but also probably not the best car out there. But it's been off sale for a while, seeing as this is another Wayfort model. So, I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's whatever. Let's go on to the top 4 now, which this is another one I don't own. Sadly, I literally own every other Koenigsegg in game, other than this one in particular. You probably know what it is. It is Helix T, aka the Koenigsegg 1-to-1. Like I said, it's the only Koenigsegg I do not own at all, which kind of sad, but it is really rare, so it obviously is top 4. And the 1-to-1 went off sale, I'm pretty sure, in December 2020. And then apparently it was remodeled in 2022. Many people thought it would come back, but it didn't. So basically, it's the only Koenigsegg that's off sale, or well, was off sale the longest, and has opening stuff. This thing was on sale, the Koenigsegg CCXR, way before and way longer than the Koenigsegg 1-1, yet you can't open stuff on this model. So the 1-1 is actually kind of a unique car, seeing as it does have opening stuff, even though it was still off sale when they remodeled it. So it's a really unique car. And now number 3 is the 1992 Ziblingalo 604, which is the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR. Now there's actually 2 of these. Now one of them is the Roadster version, which is not the rare one, because that one was in the Mercedes car pack, just like the AMG one, and it was in the 2020 Halloween event, which costed 6,100 pumpkins, which back then it was a lot to grind. So obviously now not many people actually have this car, and like some other cars, I'm pretty sure it's the only lasting Halloween car from 2020, because I'm pretty sure the others got removed or they got licensed or something like that. So yeah, it's a really rare car, and it's the last of its kind from 2020. So, you know, if you have it, top 3 cars. Now on to the top 2, which number 2 is kind of a weird one, because it is the 2019 Celestia 72, and the real life name is the Gordon Murray T50. And you probably know by the, like, at the time I'm posting this video, if I go ahead and go to spawn, this thing is actually being licensed this Friday, which is why I'm kind of making this video now, because I wanted to get this out there. Honestly, because this thing is really rare at the moment, so wanted to make the video. So this thing was in the Evolution of Speed pack, and it actually had like a few names in game. So it was previously named Corbin Vanguard, Duncan Murphy, and Limenti T72. So it is actually had like a couple names and stuff like that. And basically this T50 got released with the McLaren F1. Obviously McLaren F1 is licensed now, and the T50 and the F1 were in a car pack. The F1 came back so much, honestly. The F1 was a rare car, but then they made it not. But yeah, the T50 is one of the rarest cars in game. Sadly, it is coming back. And I mean, I guess you can have these 2 iconic cars again, and they're both actually licensed models, so that will be really nice. But the rarity of it will sadly be gone this Friday. And then the rarest car in Driving Empire at the moment is the 1962 Tempix 5.4 LM, which is basically the Ford GT40 Mark 1. Now, if you go ahead and type Tempix, you have the type, I'm pretty sure 2. This is like Mark 2, whatever. But not many people actually know that there's a Mark 1 in game. So this car was actually, it did cost a lot. It was 4.2 million. And a kind of weird thing, I actually owned the Mark 1 at some point. And then I sold it because little me wanted a Lamborghini in Driving Empire instead of a 4.2 million Ford. So I could have had the rarest car in game, but I decided to sell it for a Lamborghini. I'm dumb. Anyway, as of right now, I'm pretty sure, whatever, until Ford gets licensed, it's the most expensive Ford in game, and it's the rarest car in game. Not many people actually own this thing at all. Now, I don't know if this thing would come back, because it's obviously a Mark 1, and I'm pretty sure this is Mark 2. I don't fully understand the Ford stuff, I'll be honest, but honestly, I don't mind if this comes back as like a collection car, and then the people who obviously owned it before get to keep it as like the collection thing. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that, but I don't own the Mark 1, so can't really talk too much. Sadly, I don't own a lot of these because they're really rare in game, but I'll have like images and stuff like that throughout the video, so whatever. But yeah, tell me if you own any of these cars. This list would be obviously more iconic rare cars if Driving Empire didn't remove a lot of cars, but you know, you can't really do too much about that when they get in licensing and stuff like that, so it doesn't really matter all too much. The Sabre definitely would have been on this list, but anyway, like I said, tell me if you own any of these cars on the list, and have a good day.